Hey, my name is Eric. In today's video, we're talking about how to start an LLC in Michigan. And what I want to do up front is just kind of set the table a little bit on what we're going to be talking about. So really, there are three methods you can go to set up an LLC in Michigan. The first is going through your state website, which is a little clunky at times, but is a good resource. The second is you can hire an attorney if you have a complex situation. And I want to show you how you can do this and also get a free consultation so you're not just running up the meter immediately. And then the third is using free online tools, which we're also going to address in this video. So some key takeaways that we're going to be discussing in this video are what an LLC actually does, because sometimes people are a little bit confused. They think there may be a tax advantage with an LLC when there's not. So we're going to break that down really quickly. A very key term is piercing the corporate veil. If you've never heard that term, you absolutely want to stay on for that term and understand what that means for your LLC. We're going to be talking about what a registered agent does, and then also we're going to be providing you with Learning Center resources. So the first resource I want to share with you is actually from InkFile, which is an online tool where you can set up your entities. And they have a Learning Center over here, and it's really great. And one of the things I've found helpful is Start a Business Checklist. It's overwhelming starting a business, so this is going to walk you through step by step everything you need to do. Very easy drop down boxes, really quick blurbs on what you need to consider with each of these items. So this link will be in the description below, along with all the other links that I'm going to share with you. So the next resource I want to share with you is the IRS website on limited liability companies. Obviously a very official website. Probably what you would use this for is if you go to employer ID numbers and EIN, if you are setting up a business, there's a good chance you'll need an EIN. This will walk you through whether or not you need it and then how to apply for it. This is helpful because if you go through another service or an attorney, there's going to be a fee on top of this where you could do this yourself if you want and set up with an EIN, and I'll talk about that later in the video as well. So the next resource here is right from your Michigan.gov website. This is a limited liability company, and this kind of just gives you some information on here. Not a bad design on the Michigan website, but the really disappointing part is as of making this video in October 2020, the way that you actually file this is by downloading this form, filling it all out, and then mailing it to their address in Lansing, Michigan, and then also making sure that you send your check for $50 as part of your filing fee. Now that's an important thing to mention. No matter what process you go through, if you go through an online tool, if you go direct through this form right here, or you go through an attorney, there will be a $50 filing fee as of 2020 for setting up your LLC in Michigan. Now, I know that this video is kind of heavy and there's a lot of things to talk about, and I want to talk about a registered agent. And one of the things that they mention on here is a resident agent at the registered office. So this is important because you want to make sure you have a legit registered agent. And sometimes people will get cute and they'll make it their brother or their sister or a friend or something like that because they want to save a few bucks. And the reason you don't want to do that is you don't want to create cracks in your LLC. So I think this would be a good time to explain exactly what an LLC does and how there might be cracks in it. So what an LLC really is it's not set up for tax purposes. It is set up so that it creates a division between your business assets and your personal assets. So in the unfortunate case, if you were to be sued, that the person that is suing you cannot go after your personal assets. The LLC is that division between your personal and business assets. But what the person suing you, that attorney that is suing you, is going to try to do is find cracks in your LLC. And what they're trying to do is a term called piercing the corporate veil. Things that they might be looking for are, did you properly set up with the state? Did you pay your renewal fees? Do you have a proper registered agent on file? Did you fill out all your paperwork? Have you been keeping up on all of your necessary annual reports? So again, going back to InkFile here, this page is helpful again from the Learning Center on about registered agents. What a registered agent does is it helps to make sure that you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's. They're going to make sure you're getting your important documents from the state and also the federal level. And they're also going to be serving you a process notice. So in the unfortunate case that you are sued, they're going to make sure that you're getting that documentation. And they're also going to make sure you're compliant with requests to complete permits, company filings or reports, tax forms, and requests for payment. So a registered agent is an important part of your business. And that's what I kind of find disappointing about the Michigan State website here is it's just like, what's your registered agent? Who are they? And a lot of times I think people might get kind of just like confused by this. I'm not sure what they're doing, and they just kind of throw somebody's name in there, not really thinking about the importance of a registered agent. So a second option that I want to talk about is a service called Avo. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I have just used them in the past, and they have a lawyer directory. And what you can do with this service is when you're searching for an LLC, I'll give you this specific link right here that you see on screen, because this is already marking Michigan attorneys that are open to a free consultation and then also have an Avo rating of 8 and above. So this is kind of cool because it's a short list, but these are attorneys that are on Avo that offer a free consultation, probably like a 15-minute phone call. So your meter's not going to be running right away. And they also focus on LLCs in your state. Going this route, very important if you have a complex business situation. Maybe you're doing business outside of your state and within your state. If you have a lot of moving parts, you're making good money already in your business, and you probably should have incorporated a while ago, you probably want to consult with an attorney and not go the DIY route. So I just wanted to make you aware of this. Again, not affiliated with them. I just think it's a great service, so I will include a link to this in the description below. This is also a good opportunity to tell you that I'm not an attorney or a CPA, so the advice that I'm giving you is really just for informational purposes. But I have set up my own LLC and went through all of the research and headaches of doing this and realized that there's a lot of moving parts, like for example, the EIN through the IRS and setting that up and that headache. And I'm going to talk more about that in a minute again. But I just wanted to make sure you're doing the right thing for your specific situation and what your needs are. So the third option is using an online tool. Probably the most popular one, or at least most recognizable name, is LegalZoom, because they've been around for like over 15 years now. It's a nice tool because it's laid out better and you can do everything online and not have to go through, one of these ugly forms, which I think is sad that Michigan is still doing this. Hopefully they update this in the future. And this tool will allow you to do everything online. The downside of it is, I have it highlighted already here, is they have a $79 fee on top of your filing fee. So you're going to pay $50 to the state no matter what, but then on top of that, you're going to pay $79. So a cool tool that I've already referenced a few times here is InkFile. And the reason I recommend them is they have a $0 fee for getting set up. And I'll explain how they make their money through their tool. But they've been around since 2004, launched 250,000 businesses. So if you click their button here, what you can do is you can click LLC and then state of formation, and then you go to Michigan. So what you'll see is that the state fee is $50. There's no getting around that, but it's a $0 package fee. And they're going to help you with unlimited name searches, preparing and filing the articles of organization, and also a free registered agent service for a year. So that's how they make their money. Is the first year, the registered agent service is free. But if you were to go back to this Learning Center document that they have here and scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that in your second, third, fourth year, it's going to be $119 annually. In my opinion, it's worth that fee because they're going to make sure you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, and your LLC is legit and there's no cracks in your LLC so that another attorney couldn't pierce the corporate veil. So it's very important, but this is a really easy service to go through. Another quick tip too is in the gold package, which is their upsell, they're trying to make money through an upsell. They do talk about a free business tax consultation and a business banking account. I found from going through their silver package that those things are actually offered in there as well, because the business banking account that's set up through Bank of America, again, that's important because you want to make sure that your business finances and your personal finances are separated. And that's another way that they may look for a crack in your LLC, that they're like, you know what? This LLC is commingling funds with their personal accounts. So why don't we pierce the corporate veil and go after both? So this is a really helpful service to make sure that you're set up in the correct manner. And as I mentioned, there is an affiliate link for this in the description below. If you use my link, it helps me make more helpful content for people just like you. And I really appreciate you using my link. So the last thing I want to talk about is if you're already making income in your business, or you're projecting that you will have net income in your business, is you may want to consider an S-Corp over an LLC, because there is potential tax savings with that. And the video on the screen for the InkFile review that you see right now, I actually mentioned that in that video and explained how you could potentially save on taxes through an S-Corp. Again, guys, thank you for watching this video. Resources are in the description below, and I look forward to catching you on the next video.